Hello everybody, and especially Mr. Needle Groove, Kieran, who wrote me, not my last video, but the video before, mentioning his contest. So, here I am for you, my man. Congratulations, by the way. 150, I'm sure it's more. I've only watched a couple of your videos, but from what I can tell, you have impeccable taste. At least from my point of view. I mean, you know, it's all opinion, but you show some primo things, and I have a couple to show you today. Your contest, very simple contest. Pick a jazz label and show some things you got from it. And when I thought about, okay, a jazz label, I just immediately thought of 4 records, just 4 records, jazz records, some of my personal favorite. That 3 of which happen to be on the same label, so it was sort of a no-brainer. Well, so here are those 3 records, and before I show them, let's talk about the label, the Flying Dutchman label. Awesome label. Flying Dutchman label was founded by Bob Thiel, I think I pronounced it properly, who of course was the founder of Impulse Records. Everybody knows Impulse, absolutely iconic jazz label. I think he sold it to ABC or something like that, and started up Flying Dutchman, and then later sold Flying Dutchman and started up another one, Jazzman Records or something. I can't remember. Nonetheless, just 3 records to show really quickly because, like I said, these are just some of the. I have more, but these are just the best that I have in my opinion. So, jumping right into it. First up, we got Barefoot Boy, Larry Coryell. Oh my God, is this good? First off, let me talk a bit about the packaging of Flying Dutchman, because very much like Impulse, Flying Dutchman has a bit of the same feel. It has a thick spine with a, you know, print, very noticeable print, and very much like, you know, the black and red stripe with the Impulse. They're almost all very much like Impulse, you know, gatefolds as well. You'd almost mistake it for an Impulse if it wasn't, but enough with the packaging, cool packaging. Let's just talk about this album. Larry Coryell, Barefoot Boy. This was actually the first album that I picked up off the label, and it really made me aware of the label. Picked this up years ago at my local record store. I think pretty cheap. I think it was only like $5 or $6, and it is probably flat out my favorite Larry Coryell album. I mean, just hands down. This knocks all of his other stuff out of the park. Jazzy, spiritual, fusion-y masterpiece. Does a cover of Gypsy Queen, which, I mean, basically blows Santana's version out of the water. Just not even the same ballpark. It is so much better. And Call to Higher Consciousness, like a 22-minute sidelong track, closes out the album. It is just divine, jazzy fusion. Spiritual, like I said, it is just so damn good. This one I have showed so many times, and if you watch my videos, you probably roll your eyes. Oh, this one again. So sorry, but George Russell's Electronic Sonata for Souls Loved by Nature. This is actually a white label promo, and it is minty as balls. This I scored at Goodwill, and I could not fucking believe it. This is one of those albums where, you know, you look, it's like 50, 60, 70 bucks. And I was just like, oh my God, there's no way in hell I'd ever get this. And I fucking pulled it out of Goodwill like 3 weeks after discovering it. I couldn't believe it. But this was released in 71, I think. It was recorded in 69. And it almost reads like a ECM, an ECM, you know, record, because it's got some strong ECM players in it. You have Terj Ripdahl on electric guitar, of course, Jan Christensen on drums, and Jan Garbrick, of course, doing sax. So it's, like I said, it almost reads like an ECM record, and it is an awesome fusion early fusion of jazz and electronic music, tape electronic music. Man, it is awesome. It sort of ebbs and flows. It's all one long track. It is just so tasty. It's really hard to describe. It comes in with an almost fusion rocky beat and would sort of fade in and out of these electronic pieces, almost ambient with some very mellow sax. I mean, then it just boom kicks back into the rocking part. Oh man, masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. I'm going to say that about all of these, but it is the truth. If you ever see this, do not hesitate. And I found that shitty good. Oh, can't believe it. Speaking of thrifty buys, I scored this motherfucker for $1. I still in awe of that fact. The Giant is Awakened, the Horace Tapscott Quintet. Quintet. Oh baby, this is, for me, the quintessential Horace Tapscott album. It's the must get, and it's also the hardest to get. Unfortunately, this is like probably a $200 record, and I was, again, one of those records I never thought I would get, and just stumbled across it for $1. Nonetheless, musically, this is some spiritual avant jazz. I mean, absolutely top notch. Playing is so good on it. 2 bass players, sometimes working with each other, sometimes counteracting each other. Black Arthur Blythe is on a saxophone. Oh, man, it is a fucking monster. It almost sort of borders the line of free jazz, but never kind of dives over that cliff into just all-out noise. Man, rhythm section just goes while the rest of them kind of flows. Man, they recently reissued this on CD, so I know you can get it musically. You'll be able to listen to it, but for vinyl, it's a rare beast and a hard monster to find. But I mean, if you can come across it, don't hesitate. That's all I got for you. Like I said, these 3 immediately popped into my head for one of the labels that I really need more from them. But Kieran, hope you dig it. Congratulations again, as always, and you know, I'll try to watch more of your videos. I'm really bad. I don't get to watch a lot of videos. But nonetheless, until next time.